This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Life in Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike B.
And this your co-host, Colin Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
Top-notch ballers all around the world. Top-notch ballers all around the world. We got Mr. D. Jordan Strong. It almost made me say just Jordan Strong, but you got to put that D on the first of his name. He's a top-notch cornerback, defensive back for Coastal Carolina, baby, wearing number 7. It's something about that number I like to see on the DB ever since I seen Patrick Peterson wearing it for LSU. Now, the thing is, I was watching film on this guy. He is aggressive at that. I love it. I love what I see. Anytime I see a DB running at that ball like that, make me think about that Gucci Mane song. All the cash got me feeling aggressive. All the ice got me feeling aggressive. Cause that's how he was out there balling, running up on that ball, and I'm talking about playing tight coverage as well, man. He don't just got ball skills. He's a natural leader, man. He's a guy that I would say did his thing because he came up in the JUCO ranks as well. He played his high school ball in Mississippi, and then he played his junior college ball at Northeast Mississippi for them Tigers. And then he made his way on over the Coastal Carolina, playing out there on that pretty blue turf field. And now he's going to be a top cornerback coming into this season. And just to continue on, man, we done had a lot of love from Coastal Carolina. We done had an offensive lineman by the name of Willie Lampkin on the podcast. We done had Terrion Jackson, defensive lineman, on the podcast from Coastal Carolina, and he's now in the NFL. So, man, this just continuing the furthering good relationship that we got with Coastal Carolina and the great players that they have and the great talent that they have on this team. And I'm going to go ahead and just stop running my mouth and let y'all hear this beautiful story of the Jordan Strong.
How you doing, Strong?
I'm doing good. I changed my number, man. I'm number 2 this year.
Hey, man, I already had y'all. I'm finna jump out there and throw that in for you. I was definitely finna throw that in for you. So, as you just said, you gonna rock that number 2 this year. You got everybody gonna be looking for number 7. Where that number 7 at? But he gonna be in number 2, y'all. D. Jordan Strong will be in number 2. So y'all just be on the lookout for a fly cone out there locking it down. But Strong, man, I want to know, like, how did it feel? Because I seen you enrolled in January of 2020. Now, me and Mike, we did JUCO. So we know how it feels to go JUCO and then get to your university and get on it. So when you got there January, man, what was your mindset the day you stepped foot on that campus?
To come in and change your culture, especially in the back end and the secondary. In my opinion, some may agree, some may agree. That was the problem with the unit before I even got there. The game I came to for my official visit was like Trud threw number of bombs at the beginning of the game, and that's when I knew that I wanted to come to Coastal and just be a part of change. Just going in and starting completely over from forgetting JUCO just happened, forgetting my high school accolades, just going in and making a name for myself and changing the unit. And that was my thought process coming in January. Just go in, try to get the unit. Coming from JUCO, to a new program, you don't really know nobody. You don't really got no pull to your name. You don't really got no say so. So like you gotta lead by example. So January really was the month that when I came in, it was all about showing these guys I'm willing to take it to the.
Now, you did that and you balled. You had an amazing season, man. So now I want to ask you, since you had that amazing year and the team had that amazing year, what are you doing right now to up your game, to up your leadership, to up everything that you're doing? Because you know the players and the team, they behind you, they watching everything you do. So what are you doing to bless yourself as well as the team?
First off, just by brushing off last year, it's great to look back on and have a good time thinking about it, and just feel everything we overcame and played through. But as time go by, it's time to get that out the way, and it's more about what's in front of us. You got to fall forward instead of backwards. So what we doing every day is getting 1% better each day. So when September comes, we stacked up on days and we ready for our next competitors, and we ready to take on for the year 2021 through 2022 season. We work hard, and just trying to get the young guys to buy into to the to the tradition we trying to build here at Coastal Carolina.
And speaking on that, man, y'all had an amazing season. And from the get go, I guess it was pretty much under the radar, which I can understand what like a team like Coastal Carolina could be. But man, y'all stepped up to the plate, was on ESPN. Y'all were undefeated, going strong at one point. And like I say, man, the film I was watching, you was doing your thing, man. You had the number 7 on, even though I did see you wearing number 2 in JUCO when you was all at Northeast. Now, could you give a little insight how it was for you during the season, man? How it felt coming from JUCO and y'all having this amazing season y'all had?
Really just playing it game by game, man. Honestly and truthfully, I was just blessed to be here, man. That's one thing. That's one thing about it. I just was really blessed. I ain't had this feeling since I was a child. Just really just loving playing the game of football with my brothers, knowing looking across, you see C.J. Burrow, you see Teron Jackson, Silas Kelly, Teddy Gagler. I could be naming on and on. You see guys who willing to, run through a wall for you, run through a brick wall for you, and you better be, ready to run through a big brick wall for them too. So game by game and just loving the process. Loving the preparation. Going into each game day. That Monday when we watching film, we coming up with game day celebrations and stuff like that. It just was loving the process and forgetting what the analysts out there saying. You're doing good. People gonna tell you did this and that. When you bad, nobody ain't around. But going JUCO, I realized that and stuff like that. So I was real good with not listening to the naysayer or even the people who just appreciate what they saying, but like not even just truly letting them teammates, just playing game by game, living day by day. Just continue stack on days and get 1% better.
Nah, I love everything you saying right now. I'm talking about this one of the top cornerbacks y'all we talking to in the nation. Last name Strong, he'll go all day long on that field. I'm trying to tell you. Now I got to know, man, where did all this respect come from? You sound like a very intelligent young man. Could you give us a little of how it was for you growing up and who helped you to become the person that you are today?
Um, I like bragging about it a lot, because I'm very blessed and appreciative for the things I've been through and the program I come from. I come from a school named South Panola High School in Mississippi, Powerhouse. We call it the University of South Panola. As a child, I went through a lot. I didn't really have my father in my life, so my aunt and my mom raised me. I was raised by straight women. My grandma, rest in peace. She had eight daughters, and I have one uncle, and he was in and out of prison, but he wasn't really around, and only father figure I had was my granddad, and he passed my junior year of high school. But coming up, it was tough, coming from poverty and stuff like that. But football kept me from thinking like, I was going through stuff. Like I had some of the best times ever as a child because I just was simply loving playing football just motivated to be the best. I brought my high school up because the reason I, played the game of football because my high school lost the 89 game win streak when I was 8 years old. Versus a school named Meridian. In overtime, we tried to get a 2-point conversion. Quarterback was sacked. And I just remember being a child, being so motivated to, go out there, hopefully put my class in a situation like that and actually win the game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen like that, but, things happen. But that what really got me into the game of football. But my aunt and my mom really raised me. My aunt Tiffany Strong and my mother Caroline Strong. My mom, very nice lady, always smiling. Positive mind. That's who people say I act like the most. And my aunt, she made sure she disciplined me. She was one of the ones who taught me toughness, but also taught me how to be a leader. How to self-discipline myself. She taught me all them things when my mom always was working and stuff like that. So I pride them two on the person I am, and the way they brought me up, it helped me on the football field as well. It helped me stand out. A lot of people say I got a way of using my energy and voice to uplift people, and I can't give none but thanks to them and God.
Hey, man, I love everything you said, man. I love how you carrying yourself. Coastal Carolina got a great young man on and off the field, man. But you was almost pretty much raised similar to how I was. I stayed in the house with my grandmother, my granddad, and my mom. Now my dad, he was there, but not really. But so I stayed with them the majority of my life. So I get that, man, and I understand you probably was like me, man. You want to do everything in your power. So when people asking about you and they talking about you, they always talking about you in a good light versus get at church and they, girl, your grandson, but you probably was just like me. Hey, man, I'm sticking by the books, doing what's right. So when y'all talk to my grandma and talk to my mama, y'all always talking good about me. But man, I want to know what actually made you lock in. I know you say the game you came to, but I know it's more than just that game. What made you commit to all the coaches at Coastal Carolina?
Oh man, it's the same reason I came to the school because I was really 100% going to Old Dominion University going into November. At the time, I didn't have a chance. I had Coach Grady Brown, good man. He coached for the Steelers now. He had me sold. I was for sure going to ODU. I already had it planned, and boom, time go by, and I'm talking to Cole Foster and then Chadwell. And the game changed because Chadwell he sold my mom. My mom always was Coastal Carolina. My mom was always the Coastal Carolina person. And she never really just told me like, go there and stuff, but this is where she always wanted me to go. But yeah, he had sold my mom, man. Chadwell was talking to my mom more than me. He was talking to my mama more than me, and that built the trust between, my family and him, unlike the other school that recruited me. And I remember one night, this when I realized when Coach Chadwell actually called my phone and talked to me. At the time, he was probably one of the head coach that talked to me more than any other head coach at other schools. Usually, it was just positional coaches. But he asked me if he eliminated if all the position coaches was eliminated and it just was the head coaches going off relationship, where will I go then? And at my mind, it was like, oh wow, it's gonna be difficult, choosing the school between ODU, Hawaii, Coastal, and Southern Miss at the time, and one options between ODU and Coastal. And then just my relationship with Coach Foster, man, I trusted him from day one, man. He would help me evolve my game even when I was in JUCO. He was teaching me the game before I even, told him I was even interested in the school, and the school just was so invested into me. And as a man, instead of just an athlete, like any other typical school. And that really just sold me on Coastal Carolina, man. I flew from Hawaii, leaving official visit there. Great place. No bad vibes from them. But When I got back from Hawaii, I was 100% coastal. Getting off the plane in Memphis, and the whole ride back from Hawaii, I was deciding where I wanted to go. And sure, when I landed back, ODU whole coaching stuff got fired, so it really wasn't a competition then. But once I landed in Memphis that morning, I decided I was going to Coastal Carolina. It wasn't nothing. I got other contacts from Power 5 schools and stuff like that. Once I committed, but once I was committed, my family was committed, and once my family committed, it's no going back. So that really sold me on Coastal Carolina.
Man, look how God worked stuff out. I'm talking about it was a clean path for you once. Basically, once you got back to the States, it was a clean path God had to set up. You was Coastal Carolina bound, period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want to know, man, because I know the family going to celebrate. They probably already celebrated the first time. I know you got your AA degree, so I know they went crazy celebrating. So how close are you now to getting your degree from Coastal?
Man, I'm just a couple months away. I'm getting in December, man, and my mom just happy about me being in college, so I can't even imagine how she gonna be this December. She already happy. She mistakenly graduation stuff, and she bought 2021. Like, mom, class 2022. I'm just graduating in December, so my family really excited, being that I'm one of the first ones. I am the first one to graduate college out of the family. And, it's going to be big, man. This is one of the biggest milestones in my life.
Man, it's amazing that we had this connection today, which I got two more questions. But before I ask you them questions, man, it's just amazing that kind of continuing the conversation from what Simo was mentioning earlier. Like, all us had similar paths, Simo, um, me as well. My granddad and grandma pretty much raised me, and my mom, she raised me too. And I had an auntie, two of my aunties played a special part too, named Aunt Cece and my Aunt Nita, man. So it's just amazing, the connection all three of us got, pretty much walking that same path. And my granddad, he played a major role because he was the one actually dropping me off to my little league practices every day, back in the day. And I just gotta ask you, and I just gotta know, man. All right, after you go to the league and do your thing, what's your plans after? Like, what you think about doing after football?
Man, I wanna act for about a couple of years, and then I want to go back to Mississippi and coach. I want to go back and change my community, man. Just being in college now, already in advice and stuff like that. I see how much I can impact kids, because some of the biggest influencers in my life, beside my coaches, have not beside my family, have been coaches. So that's something I really want to do long term after my playing career over in kids and stuff like that.
All right, man. My last question. Give me your playlist, man, for game day. Like, what's the music that you like listening to and the artist on game day to get you right?
Oh man, I'll either listen to some. It just depends on the opponent, man. If I'm gonna go in talking a lot of junk, or if I'm gonna just go in and play cool. Some days I listen to Marvin Gaye. I'll listen to the Isley Brothers. Some days I'll be playing some Project Pat. Some days I'll be playing some Ice Cube, or just some instrumentals just to keep me cool and relaxed. That's something I usually do. And majority of the time, I'm either doing that or I'm watching like Muhammad Ali highlights or Sugar Ray Robinson highlights.
Well, man, I just want to thank you so much, man, for giving us this opportunity to speak with you today. And we wish you nothing but well wishes, and we know God gonna bless you, man, cause you got your heart in the right place, and all the sacrifice that your family made, man, it's gonna be nothing but blessings coming y'all way. And I gotta say, man, y'all make sure y'all be looking out for the D Jordan Strong. Now he was wearing number 7, now he flipping over to number 2, and he's still gonna be balling either way. And I'm telling y'all, man, Coastal Carolina football team, they doing their thing, man. They got nice uniform. beautiful field, and then they playing some big time ball. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, this a team is not to be played with at all. And I'm gonna leave y'all how I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. This is a Life in Football podcast. Catch you next time.
This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.